What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review, pretty much the night after SummerSlam. And let me just kind of say this was not really a good post-show, if you want to say, for SummerSlam, especially the night after. You expect a lot of exciting things to be going on in Brooklyn. Mostly, the most important thing I'm sure everybody went crazy for was the post-match angle, but we're going to get to that near the end, But I don't know, man. This crowd kind of got restless. We didn't really see a lot coming on Raw tonight. It's kind of business as usual. No NXT call-ups. You didn't even see that. But, as Raw started, you had Roman come out. Of course, he's going to get booed out the building. And they're going to say, the big dog, of course. And he's the Universal Champion. But the crowd, talked and they said, you suck. And he says, I'm a man of my word. I beat Brock Lesnar, and he did. But the crowd still chanted, you still suck, you still suck. Roman Reigns, of course, getting booed out of the building. And he said, he would defend the title once he won it and intends to do it tonight. And he said that, he would take on all comers, but he wanted to give the title shot to somebody, to a man that never lost the title. And it was here in Brooklyn, and he would face against Finn Balor. Finn Balor came out, and he says, what's up, Roman? And, he accepted the challenge, and they shook hands, pretty much making the match official tonight. Yes, it took 2 years. Has it been 2 years? Yes, it's taken 2 years now to finally give Finn Balor back his title shot. Why has it been 2 years since this shit? Yes, he lost the title 2 years ago at SummerSlam. Well, after SummerSlam, really. Never because of injury. But why is it taking 2 years to finally do this? I don't understand. The Constable, Corbin, came out saying that match wasn't going to happen. And that Balor no-showed the whole match last night. And you brought the Demon out, which you were supposed to face the man, but not the Demon. And, pretty much Reigns looked at him then. And that, Corbin said, Reigns, you only won because Lesnar was concerned with Strowman. Kurt Angle came out then as Reigns talked about, Corbin, and says, I would be embarrassed. I wouldn't even show my face after taking that loss last night. But as Kurt Angle came out, he said that I make the matches, not Corbin, and that tonight will be Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor for the Universal Championship. People went nuts for it, and since that's to be the main event, Corbin was going to go against Bobby Lashley. Got somewhat of a good reaction, but nobody really wanted to see this match. You heard Rusev Day chants. There was a large, boring chant. And then there were some delete chants. Bobby Lashley won. It wasn't even a damn dominator. He just picked the guy up on his shoulders and dropped him. The match was kind of whatever, and the crowd somewhat cheered for Lashley, but I don't think people cared for this match, and you kind of saw the chants pretty much making it clear that no one cared. It's why was this even a match? It's you want to kick it off the show hard. Why are you putting garbage in front of us? I don't hate Bobby Lashley, but he's just not over. And Corbin is just garbage, and the crowd pretty much defines it. And next thing you know, Kurt Angle's in the back, and Todd said, what are you doing here? Paul Heyman came in and said that Brock Lesnar is going to invoke his, his contract rematch and everything. And talk about, yes, Reigns won the title, but Brock wants his rematch. And, Angle said Lesnar is, he's supposed to be somewhere in UFC right now, but Lesnar goes where he wants to, and he wants his rematch. But Kurt Angle said, he read the contract, and it does say Lesnar, would get his rematch in that. But Kurt Angle said that, if he was a fighting champ, he's a fighting champion that never shows up, huh? And it'll be a long time until Brock ever gets a rematch. Heyman then pretty much said, I agree with you, and he says, how about Hell in a Cell? And then Angle said, it'll be a cold day in hell till that happens. And as they say in Brooklyn, forget about it, like in Italian, I guess. And it's funny he's talking about Brock was not a fighting champion. And, so we got a fighting champion now. Has Roman said he was a fighting champion? He just won the damn title. Hell, he hasn't even defended it yet tonight. But somehow he's a fighting champion already once he's already won the title. That didn't make a lot of sense when I actually thought about it. So why did he even say that? Next thing you know, Baron Corbin was complaining about the whole Lashley match and why I was in this match. And, you know, Angle said this job is to do what you want. But then Corbin said he was going to go tell Stephanie since Stephanie was in the building tonight. The Riot Squad versus Sasha Bailey, the Boston Hug Connection, and Ember Moon. Why have I feel like I've seen this match almost every week on Raw? Why? Why did this need to be 10 minutes? Why did this go this long? The Riot quick kick was pretty good, you know, with hitting on Sasha for the win, but I feel like I've seen this so many times, and you can tell the crowd didn't seem to care. I felt that Bailey and at least Sasha were getting some type of applause out there. I saw people doing that, you know, singing out, "Hey, hey, Bailey!" Who? I don't even think it was that, but at least they cheered Bailey and cheered Sasha and, you know, Moon and stuff. But does this feud ever end? I just feel like I've seen this whole Riot Squad versus Sasha Bailey and Ember Moon like forever now. I just feel like I have. So it's like this feud doesn't even go anywhere. This just like eats up TV time almost every week. Next thing you know, Triple H, God of NXT himself, came out. People gave him a large NXT chant as he talked about it's been crazy in Brooklyn over the weekend and that, you know, NXT is taking over. But he talked about this whole match in Australia coming up, as he said he wants to rip this suit off and become the Game again. And, you know, he talked to Vince a couple weeks ago as they had this whole deal in Australia going on. And he says, you want to be in it? And he says, hell yeah, I want to do it. I want to wrestle in front of 80,000 people. But he says, you're going to face The Undertaker. And he said, no. And he talked about that whole Hell in a Cell match back at WrestleMania 28 with Shawn Michaels as the referee. It was a big HBK chant. Which, you know, I don't always say it was that end of an era, but I always sat there and thought, what era really ended after that match? Because both of these guys' career still goes on to this day, and we still see them wrestle occasionally from time to time, but it's like they never really retired after that. So it's kind of crazy. I always said, like, what era really ended at that time? The streak continued. Triple H wrestled another match later on in time, and, you know, the Taker still defended his streak and whatnot throughout that time. But, you know, Triple H said that, you know, this is going to change now, and that, you know, at the time he said the streak would be dead, but he told Undertaker to put his hat and gloves back on again and stuff, and that, you know, he thought it would be over once Taker put his gear down, and that Triple H was going to go back to, you know, wearing a suit after that whole thing. But he said the era had ended and stuff, but now he said that, you know, he said everything was gone at the time, but Triple H said, you know, I don't want to sound like a bitter veteran, but our era was something special. And then he pretty much said that he thought about it, and he told Vince that he would do the match, but Taker's got to put on his gear again, even though we saw Undertaker at WrestleMania kill John Cena. But he has to become the Phenom again one more time. And he says that I am back, that feeling is back, the goosebumps are back, everything. And, you know, Triple H is hyping up the match at Australia, and that it's going to be The Undertaker versus the Game one more time. Or last time, if it's the last time. I don't even know. Everybody says the last time, but it never really is. But Triple H put a really great promo out there. I'm sure a lot of people thought it was just damn near 10 minutes of himself putting himself over in this match, talking about our era is back. What era? The Attitude Era? Ruthless Aggression? Or whatever era you guys been that long for? Really? Mostly I say the Attitude Era, even Undertaker beforehand on that. But yes, it will be The Undertaker versus Triple H again at this Australian, I don't even remember the title of the damn pay-per-view or whatever it's called, but the whole Melbourne, Australia thing that's going to go down, saying that our era is here. So I was actually surprised they actually were even building this matchup. I thought this was just a match to kind of like the whole Greatest Royal Rumble thing, but they did build up the Greatest Royal Rumble too, even though that was supposed to be just a thing over there. They kind of made it into a legit pay-per-view, but since we're doing this in Melbourne, Australia now, we really are building this up. So I guess Triple H, him calling out The Undertaker. Hopefully it's not like how John Cena called out The Undertaker every week, because John Cena kept going in his head, and then he got caught slipping in WrestleMania and got his ass kicked in under 5 minutes. I don't think this will be another 5-minute match, and I'm sure a lot of people don't really want to see Triple H versus The Undertaker again. Even though they say it's the last time, but it's never the last time, really. So I'll give Triple H one thing. He hyped the fuck out of that match, and people were with it. Yes, he's God of NXT, and people are going to cheer him for that, but, at least they were hyped into this match. But we'll see what happens. I don't know what will happen for, when it does, but we will see what happens. Will they build this up more and more until October? I don't know, but all we know right now for that match, it's Triple H versus The Undertaker again in Australia. So be ready for that. Next, Dean Ambrose, which for some reason they get a televised entrance with Seth Rollins already in the ring with his Infinity Gauntlet boot there, versus Dolph Ziggler. McIntyre was with him. The match wasn't bad. I feel like the crowd kind of lost it in between this match. You saw Seth and McIntyre, pretty much battle each other at one point, trying to take out Seth. Ambrose making a save, but pretty much Seth came back in the ring and hit a suicide dive on McIntyre out there. Ambrose pretty much dodged Ziggler's DDT, pretty much threw him in the air, hit a dirty deeds. It was over. But they kept talking about, Dean Ambrose has an improved moveset now. I would say it was a little bit improved, I'll say that. I feel like it was kind of the same thing before he got hurt, except he's not being all, comedy acting. He's more serious out there right now. So he looks pissed at every point in time, but yes, Dean Ambrose did pick up the win over Dolph Ziggler out there. Braun Strowman was in the back telling Finn Balor that, I'm not going to cash in my money in the bank behind, good luck, but you win that title, he's gonna cash it in and face to face. So that's what's gonna happen right there. He killed Kevin Owens last night, but at least he's giving them a chance. Whoever wins, he's gonna face them face to face, even though he murdered Kevin Owens out there. Elias, which I actually forgot to even talk about this in the damn SummerSlam review. His whole concert that didn't make a lot of sense, and then breaking the guitar. But, he was actually I actually like whatever the hell he was playing on his guitar. It sounded good as hell. But, he talked about Brooklyn. I didn't need to be around y'all. And as he was doing this guitar thing and walked with Elias, Kurt Hawkins came out for some odd reason. And, he was looking for a #1 hit. And he felt lucky. And that was Brooklyn. He was going to end this 218 match losing streak. I believe he was from Queens. But Elias called him a loser. You were born a loser, and you will die a loser like everybody else in this crowd. And then as he walked away, Elias told him to get the hell out of here, Hawkins pretty much says, you know what? You want to hide behind your guitar? I'm going to fight you. And Elias accepted, which at least the crowd somewhat got into Kurt Hawkins saying, let's go Hawkins, and it was allowed. You can do it, champ. You can do it. But Elias hit the drift away and won. Did I think Hawkins was going to win? Not really. At least the crowd somewhat believed he had a chance. But it took them a minute to actually cheer to believe into this. But and stuff. But it was just so random, this entire segment. It really was. Just, I know the Elias things and the obligatory who's going to interrupt them. But I guess they just moved on from Lashley now. And you just go with Kurt Hawkins for some reason. Titus O'Neil was looking for Dana Brooke and Apollo Crews, which I was like, they were just kind of hanging out with each other, flirting or something. And like, well, what's it going to be now? Crews is hitting that now? Is that the thing? And then Titus want to know what's going on. And then they start talking strategy against the Authors of Pain. Why do we keep seeing this match again? Authors of Pain, who are not over. By God, they have killed this tag team, just like Sanity on SmackDown. I'm sure people worry about the next NXT tag team, especially the Undisputed Era if they ever whenever they come up here, because they've managed to kill Authors of Pain and Sanity so quick that they barely get reactions. thing to kill Authors of Pain. You took Paul Ellering away, which I can understand from some point in time, but you could have let it go on a little. And then they disappeared off of TV for a number of weeks or a month, I believe. And now they're stuck in this feud that looks like that never ends with Titus Brand. I remember somebody even pointed out to me tonight that, you know, Cruz always takes the pin, it looks like, other than Titus half the time. And, you know, Authors of Pain, the last chapter and stuff, but I don't think the crowd really cared for the Authors of Pain. This match was just kind of like dead, if you ask me. No one didn't look like they cared. So, it just, it's almost like they were just there to, this match was there. I don't think nobody wanted to see this match, because I feel like we've seen it so many times. Like, why the hell are we watching this again? I'm sitting there like, why are we watching this? I don't understand why we're watching this damn match. It's just kind of like, it's there to be there. That's pretty much what it is. It's just there to be there. Sorry, I was saying though. Yeah, it's just kind of, it's just there to be there. That's pretty much what it is. But just kind of getting back on track. I don't know, Authors of Pain, they're just dead out there pretty much. That's what they are, and they're being wasted. Well, they're already wasted, so where can I go on with that? But next thing you know, they were there to crown Ronda Rousey as the champion. All the women were on the outside of the ring. I believe Bliss had a, what was it, kind of like a sling on her arm. You know, one thing, I'm looking at this, and I'm going to get into this Evolution thing, like I said in the SummerSlam review in a second, but, you know, Stephanie McMahon is out there, which come out, I don't think people cared, and, you know, Riot Squad are plotting her and stuff, but she talked about the women and the Evolution thing, and trying to put herself over, as usual, as the new Triple H almost at one point. Stephanie then had Rousey come out, the first ever UFC and Raw Women's Champion, and talked about that, my vision here, and that, you know, she's made Rousey, if it wasn't for me, and, you know, in WWE, and that she is her protege. Rousey came out, pretty much a big Ronda Rousey chant, and, you know, Stephanie said that, you know, the fans chant first, step also, just trying to go with, but Rousey pretty much said, this isn't about you, it's about the women standing around the ring, which I don't even know why it's about Bliss now. You know, she's out there in this, and I got to a point where sorry, I saw something on TV, but as I was saying though, with the entire try again focus back on track with the Rousey thing though. But like I said though, you know, she wanted all the women to stand on ringside instead of standing out. I was surprised Bliss was out there. Should she be kind of in fear of her instead of, you know, just kind of accepting? And where the fuck was Nia Jax? Now that I kind of think about it, where was Nia Jax in all this? Where has she disappeared off to? I actually kind of want to know that now. So, what happened to her? Why has she just disappeared? I don't even understand that. What happened to her? She's just gone. I don't know what happened to Nia Jax. But, you know, Rousey had all the women on the ringside and told them to get up here. And talked about this is the women's evolution. And said Natalya has been the cornerstone of the women's division. It was a big, you know, Natalya chant. And that, you know, if it wasn't for Sasha and Bayley's match at NXT Brooklyn, that this evolution that would have gotten off the ground. She says, I am not Brock Lesnar, which I don't even know where that line even had to come in, but I guess they wanted to put that there. And she says she will be a fighting champion who competes every night, and she can't wait to get in the ring with every single one of these women that's on the apron. And then Stephanie pretty much talked about Rousey. She just breaks people's arms. I'd call Rousey now the new Pentagon Jr. in a way, or Pentagon Rousey there. And Stephanie, she says, you know, looked at Bliss and said, like, look what you did to her. And she said, that's not wrestling. I don't know what that is. And that, you know, she keeps telling the women that she's going to break all, you know, she wants Rousey's going to break all your arms and stuff. Like, that's what she kind of pointed out there. And next thing you know, Rousey said, like, I'm not going to, wasn't there to break their arms, only those who deserve it. she pretty much, you know, Stephanie backs up, and then Rousey throws it to the ground, armbar, and I don't know if she broke her arm all the way in that, but she's just holding her arm out there, and I don't know, what is this, Stephanie versus Rousey again? Are we still doing this? Like, I hope this isn't true. Somebody pointed out, but God forbid if Rousey versus Stephanie is at this Evolution thing. People said in the main event, like, God forbid, because but when I heard that, somebody said that, I'm like, somebody get the strap. And here's another question: why the fuck are the goddamn Bellas out there? Jesus Christ! Like, now the Bellas are supposed to be faces now in this. I'm sitting there like, why the fuck are they even here? I'm like, you know, I'm looking at this Evolution pay-per-view already and these potential matches that are being set up, and I'm like, this is garbage. Like I said yesterday, who the fuck wants to see Trish Stratus versus Alexa Bliss? And like, I'm just sat there like, this is really a match, huh? And now the whole rumor is Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey. I heard about that match too. Like, who the fuck wants to see that shit? Who wants to see these two matches? Or if Stephanie's involved, like, who wants to see that shit? Like, I don't give a fuck about the Bellas. I already made that clear. I don't know. Whatever. Nikki Bella can go back to whatever this weird thing feud with John Cena is on TV. I see in the news almost every other day. They're together, not together, move out house, engaged, not engaged. Well, whatever the fuck. I don't even fucking John Cena comes back to the ring at this point in time. Whatever his personal life was, or whatever, or maybe some movie. I don't care. But that's all Nikki Bella. This is just the. I don't know, what are they here? I feel like they're only here to promote the Total Bellas thing, just to get footage so they can put on their show. Total Bellas, Total Divas, whatever the fucking show, fuck this show. Who really wants to see the Bellas here? That's why I was so confused why they're in the ring. Even somebody said, these two are the reason why the women's division was set 10 years back, because that's what they've done in the many years they have been here. And it's really, like I've said, it's hard to take both of them as serious competitors. Like, that's especially Nikki Bella, though, but... you know, like I said, does anybody want to see Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella if that's true? If you do, please raise your hand if you do. Because I'm sure everybody's going to give that a thumbs down. We're already shitting on the Bliss versus Trish Stratus thing. I've said before, it's going to look dumb as fuck when Trish has to put this girl over. But moving on from this odd women thing and having all the women out there and Rousey versus Stephanie again, the B team came out and, you know, no one has beaten them yet. And that the B stands for Brooklyn. And they were doing their, you know, Spirit Squad jobber-like chant or music or whatever. That's what it was. Next thing you know, it was a singles match between Scott Dawson versus Bo Dallas, which the crowd kind of did not pay attention to. I don't know what chant they did, but I know I saw a Mexican wave out there. And then the fans were looking at something else, probably chanting asshole because they probably took another beach ball away. But, going on from that, I don't think people cared. Even after the commercial came back and, you know, Dash Schwader was going against Curtis Axel, the people were doing the Mexican waves. That's how it was. The crowd didn't really want to see this. I heard a few boring chants. Wilder got the win, but, you know, the B team says we're still champions. This match was about to be hijacked, okay? It really was. Because I saw that Mexican wave during that match, so you know there's a lot of chants there. Roman was in the back talking about Strowman, you know, trying to cash in, and that Roman, you know, he didn't spend years taking off his life and years and everything, you know, high in the locker room and stuff. And he said that Balor deserves this opportunity and was going to give it to him tonight. Stephanie was in the back, icing her arm with Corbin and Alexa Bliss there, and, you know, Kurt Angle came in and asked if she was okay, but Stephanie once again bitching Kurt Angle, her and Corbin, saying you let Rousey attack me, and Corbin said Raw is in chaos with you as charged, and Stephanie says you're right, and you know this is what's gonna happen. You know that the pressure is getting to him. You've been general manager for like a year and a half now or something, so now that Kurt Angle needs a vacation, and now since we won't see Kurt Angle for a while, Corbin will be the new acting general manager right now, as Kurt Angle is gone for I don't know how long. So as we continue to bitch Kurt Angle every week, this show will probably get worse now that Corbin is the general manager. Oh God, this is gonna be shitty, and you know this is gonna happen. I'm sure a lot of people just kind of groaned hearing that entire announcement. So I don't know, but expect a lot of crazy shit with Balor to you know, Balor, not Balor, but Corbin to, you know, go mad with power. That's what I'm trying to say. But next thing you know, Roman Reigns went against Finn Balor for the Universal Championship. Mostly people booing out Roman Reigns, especially every time they kept coming back on commercial. There were multiple boos. The announcers just putting this guy over to the freaking sun. I can say that right there. They were putting him over like super big on commentary. I'm sure it was an asshole chant because they tried to take away the beach ball and everything. And you know they're only going to show fans that were supporting Roman, but the match wasn't bad. People were with Balor though, at least, especially when he was stopping Roman Reigns, and people were going nuts for it. They hope he was doing it after hitting multiple sling blades and going for that shotgun drop kick. But next thing you know, Strowman comes out the Money in the Bank briefcase. Balor was about to hit the coup de grace, but Roman Reigns dodged it and hit the spear. It was over. Strowman gets in the ring. Roman gets up, kicks him to the ground, cashes in his Money in the Bank contract, but they say he was doing it. But next thing you know, the Shield's music hit. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Shield gear surrounding the ring. People going, holy shit. Reigns gets up to his feet. The Shield starts beating the hell out of Strowman, throwing him outside the ring, jumping him. Ambrose clears the table. They were going to do their power bomb, but Strowman was able to fight him off, but Reigns hit another spear. Next thing you know, triple power bomb onto the announce table. Shield music plays. Fist. Give me like 2 minutes, okay? I'm gonna come right back. Alright. But like I said, fist bump. The Shield is back, as you know. Cole was just going nuts. Said I got goosebumps. Now the question is here: was the Shield really heel? A heel turn? I don't think so, because the announcers didn't play it up, and this crowd was kind of going nuts with it. And I feel like this is just a way to protect Roman, just so he can get cheers of face, because him by himself is the Universal Champion. You know he's going to get booed. I'm just glad this super chase is over. It's like my neighbor said. They wanted to make Roman into the ultimate chaser, so it's good he has the title, because if Strowman won, and I'm sure people would be happy if Strowman won, how long would this chase continue to go? How long would the chase really be going with this? So, I don't even understand how this probably would have went, but the chase could have went longer. But as for the Shield being back there, the crowd loved it, okay? They were just happy to see the Shield. I'm sure they were happy when Strowman wanted to cash in, but I don't think the fans booed and they cheered more at the Shield. So who are they going to make the heel here? Is Strowman the heel? Did they just turn Ambrose and Rollins heel? Since Rollins is like the biggest faces on this damn show, did they turn them heel now? Are the Shield healed? I don't even know. But I just know the Shield are back again. You know, I always kind of thought, like, as soon as Dean Ambrose came back, I'm like, maybe they're going to reform the Shield again. I didn't think I was going to be right about that. And you think people are already saying Dean Ambrose is going to turn heel. I didn't think the Shield will be back right after 1 week after Dean Ambrose comes back. So now the Shield is back, and they pretty much kicked the living shit out of Braun Strowman. I don't think he's lost his briefcase since the match never technically started. I don't think we ever heard a bell, so I still believe he has his Money in the Bank contract. I actually thought Kevin Owens would have probably tried to screw him over, but they fucking killed Kevin Owens and pretty much buried this guy. I don't even know where Kevin Owens goes on next from this. I really don't, because we didn't see him tonight. We didn't see NXT call-ups tonight. This was not really a good show in general, because I thought, and the crowd was getting restless, and we didn't really see a lot going on in this whole night after SummerSlam. The hottest, biggest angle thing you could say was the Shield coming out, beating the shit out of Braun Strowman. And I guess I would say that Triple H promo was really good too, and stuff, but a lot of it was just kind of whatever. I didn't mind the Rousey thing, but like I don't really want to see Rousey versus Stephanie again. But that's what I got to say about Monday Night Raw tonight. Please comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought about Monday Night Raw tonight. Please check out the show. Please check out my SummerSlam 2018 review that I did post. I believe it got up this morning. It's posted, so please go check out that review. That's there too. So, I don't know what's going to happen on SmackDown, but we're still in Brooklyn, and we got one more day of Brooklyn to go down into for SmackDown tomorrow night. Tell me what you thought about Monday Night Raw tonight. Did you think the show was ass? Did you think the show sucked? Tell me what you think of the show. But I am out of here. I will see you guys later, and peace out.